Welcome back, everybody, to our Isolation 2 podcast with Dot and Dee Dee. And like always, I want to start with ups and downs. Who went up for you guys this week?
For me, Delia.
I knew that was coming.
Andre.
You agree, Dot?
Yeah, definitely DeLeon. I would say Chris as well this week. He made a bold move. And I think it had enough effect. I think he did a really good job.
What about downs?
I would say Sasha for that week. She seems to have a pretty big target on her back. Everyone seems to be coming at her right now. In addition to Hannah, I would say a bit of Alexia as well. I know that she made good friends with the Void this past round, but she's kind of being puppeteered a bit, And I don't know. I feel like she hasn't really been in a situation where she hasn't had to not trust anybody. She doesn't really know how dangerous this game is with, sharing information so openly and trusting information that's given to you and stuff like that. So I feel like she's been in the top for so long. She isn't as battle tested. Like I don't know. She's not as paranoid as she should be.
Are you worried about Sasha? Because I know you were rooting for her last week, Dot.
I am. I'm looking at who's in the danger group. You did a really good job in the preview of not giving up who got eliminated. I was trying to spy to see if you gave it away. But looking at the five that's in the danger group, I mean, Sasha is. I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried for her right now, and I'm upset.
Who went down for you, Dee Dee?
I don't want to say it, but due to the fact, because it's not her fault, but due to the fact that she got caught up in the situation, Elizabeth went down for me. Sorry, Elizabeth.
Are you worried about Elizabeth?
Yeah, I'm worried about her.
Well, we'll start with the big thing of the week, which was DeLeon and Alexia.
MVP.
Ooh, DeLeon! My goodness.
What were your guys' thoughts on this overall conversation with DeLeon and Alexia and the Void and the whole plan of Chris's and Shelby's?
Well, I think that something I'm really impressed that DeLeon does is he's really great at knowing when to speak his mind and saying who he doesn't who he dislikes and information that he's found, and knowing when to hold his tongue. And you got to see him do a bit of both in this episode. But yeah, I felt like him agreeing with Chris so openly and saying like, yeah, I'm not down with Hannah either. Like he gained a lot of trust between the whole Void, Chris especially, and Alexia as well. So he was like running the tables in my opinion right now. He's got a strong team allied with him. They have a strong plan, and they don't even understand that he's not as loyal to them as they think. They don't know he's played this game before. So he's in a great spot right now.
Dee Dee, why have you been chanting MVP for DeLeon this week?
I just want to say 90% of my notes are about DeLeon. 95% of my notes are about DeLeon. Because he's like they don't even catch on to like even like what happened. I'm getting like Hannah, I'm saying like 50 times in a sentence. But even I said it again. Even when he would accidentally make facial expressions to some comments and stuff, no one picked it up. Because like when Elizabeth came up, he was like a couple times. I'm like, you don't see this dude.
He was.
And he's just so like smooth with it. Like nobody notices. I need to stop saying like. Okay, that's it.
We'll see. I'm going to put a like counter on this podcast if I remember. So, how do you guys feel about Chris and Shelby's and the Void's part of this plan? How did they lay out the plan to everybody? Because Chris has been talking about this for the last couple episodes. Mm-hmm. Do you think he put it together well? Dot, you had him up, so.
Yeah, I think so. Towards the beginning of the conversation, I was like, yo, Chris, you're being way too bossy. You're coming off way too strong. You're being way too forceful with your message. But it was a Hail Mary. Like the only way he was going to be able to make a point in this game is to gain some influence. And he pretty much gave it his all. It seemed like he was talking aggressively the entire conversation. He never even slowed down. So it was a bit much, but it was effective. It got at least Deion on his side for now. To at least play on his side. He's got Alexia on his side. They ran over to Aaron to get them on their side, and they grabbed Alex as well. So that's exactly what he wanted, and it worked.
I don't know about Alex.
Edie? What are your thoughts about Chris and the plan?
I still don't like him, but he's very smart in the game. He's really smart. Like, he came in there taking charge, whatever, and he executed the plan nicely, except for, well, I'm probably confused on it. We'll get to that later. When they made the choice in the void, are we going to get to that later?
The twist?
The choices, they had 4 choices, and they had
Yeah.
to pick one. That confused the hell out of me, so I'm gonna wait for that.
Okay. Also in this conversation, though, Chris did finally point out that Manu was not giving everybody ones.
Oh yeah,
Hannah was
he did.
telling people.
Now he did. Like, you could have said that earlier.
What's the official verdict on that? Was he? Because I
He's not
swear
giving everybody ones.
I swear he said, "Yeah, it's my strategy to score everybody low." Did he not say that?
No, he said Hannah asked, "What did y'all give?" And he was like, "I gave you guys ones." He was talking
Right.
about her and Ella. He was
Okay.
He
I-
did give more people ones besides Ella and Hannah, but he did not give everybody ones.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought that he said that was his strategy. I thought he straight up said that to Hannah. That I'm like, yeah, I'm scoring everybody low. But maybe I'm wrong.
No, I think Hannah did perceive it that way. I don't know. I don't really know if Hannah was using that as strategy to lie on Manu, or if she just.
Yeah, I don't know.
She
Took it that
believed
way.
it. I think she actually believed it.
I don't know. Should I believe it too? I don't know. I feel you, Hannah. I feel you.
So we did touch upon it, but Alex and Aaron were both brought into this plan. But we'll start with Alex. Alex, however, kind of already wants to go rogue.
He's doing too much. I think he's doing too much for clout. I don't get it. Like, what is going rogue? It makes no sense. Like, he's not even that likable in the game to begin with. So I don't see how he gained the courage to go rogue anyway. It's just dumb to me.
Where do you stand on Alex wanting to go rogue to this newly formed alliance?
So for me, I feel like this is one of those things to where if it works, then you're a genius, and if it fails, then you're an idiot. Right? It's a big move. It could work. He could foil DeLeon's plan or Chris's plan and get all of them out, and then get all this trust from the new group, or he could get outed very quickly and everyone turns on him and he could be eliminated next. So depending on whether he does it or not. So I don't like the move because I feel like he's on a strong alliance. I feel like that's a side of the game I would want to be on, especially because they made such a strong game plan together. But sometimes you got to be a couple steps ahead, and that could be the next move, because at the end of the day, that alliance, everyone coming together, and Aaron, DeLeon, Alexia, he's kind of at the bottom of that group, right? Like it's not like he's sitting at the top, so it could be a decent time to make a move.
But he's at the bottom of the game, though. Like, everybody that's still in the game, he's at the bottom.
Yeah.
So what is he gonna do?
I mean, I guess it's better than doing nothing.
I mean, he could really gain the trust of a lot of players by outing a plan,
But then it's gonna be them against them, and they might think he's lying because he was with the previous group to begin with. And then I don't know if he's still in that alliance with the Void. They might try to tell everything and tell him too.
Yeah, I mean, that he would lose the entire Void. That's true. But he could gain the loyalty of the Sasha, Hannah, Ella side by coming up to them to be like, hey, the entire game's coming for you right now, and I got your back. I don't know. He could play both sides and do it well. It's hard to do.
Yeah, we know.
I don't know.
It's hard to do that.
It is. It's hard to try to play both sides. People talk.
Mhm.
So where do you guys think Erin stands in this alliance? She's been at the bottom, but finally making progress, and now she finds herself in a big alliance.
I think she did good. Actually, she's in a good spot. She's still playing people though, but I think she's in a good spot. Yeah, I like her.
Yeah, I'm definitely Team Erin. I like that I like that she got into a power spot right here. I'm glad that she's found an alliance. You know, she's been sitting there quiet and trying different techniques to try to get into this game this entire time, and it kind of fell into her lap. You know, I feel like Chris just kind of was like, "Yo, we like Erin too, so throw her in." But at the same time, she earned it. You know, she's been sweet, she's been nice. She was downvoted for a while, but nobody really figured it out. You know, so you know, her personability landed her in a good spot and got her an alliance, and it's a strong one, the strong one with a good strategy. So big ups to her. Now she's a power player.
Didi, where do you stand on the whole other side? Since the game is split right now, really. Where do you stand with Sasha, Hannah, Elizabeth, Ella? I mean, they kind of put it together towards the end of the episode, but it might be too late. But how do you feel about them right
Not
now?
Elizabeth needs to get out. She needs to run. That's how I feel about
Oh
her.
Lord.
Leave them 3 people alone. Like, I get she friends with Sasha or whatever, and everybody else is just the common denominators. But she needs to get out. She needs to chat with Dillion somehow so she can know what's going on. And maybe he can work it to where he get everybody else out to make it seem like Elizabeth, oh, we're not gonna worry about Elizabeth. She can just go last because she just got here. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of the key to the game right now is if DeLeon and Elizabeth could have a personal chat and it not get spied on. Because if it gets spied on, they're in trouble. But yeah, I mean, if DeLeon and his crew start taking out all of Elizabeth's crew, like she's not, you know, she's gonna feel a certain way. Like unless she knows what he's doing, she's gonna get scared. And I don't think she'll ever turn on DeLeon, but she's gonna have to make her own plan. She's not just gonna sit there and watch, you know. So yeah, I'm really intrigued by with how they're gonna like DeLeon's plan is to take out the rest of her group and just keep her, but like I'm curious to how she's gonna respond to that when that starts happening. I am very worried about this group because I like this group, but all of them are in the danger group. Pretty much at the disposal of the power players and the void too if they chose option B. So they're in trouble. Some of my favorites are in trouble right now. I'm scared.
You got some weird favorites.
Well,
Do I?
Hannah's kind of the, I guess, de facto leader of her and her girlies. So where do you?
Okay.
What do you think she needs to do? Because she's still a power player, but
How
they're coming
is
for
that
all of her
happening,
people.
Nick? How is that happening?
Well, everybody's voting Hannah high on one side, and everybody's voting her
Oh.
low on the other side. So it's kind of evening out.
This is interesting because I thought everyone on this side of the game was like
Alex.
in agreement that they didn't like Hannah.
Oh, Alex didn't do it.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, Alex, are
Here you
you?
go, Alex. Yay, yay!
Alex is it's always somebody named Alex. Oh my gosh.
Saving our girl Feminem. Oh yeah. I'm worried. It's like okay, if Hannah had a voice, which right now Erin and DeLeon they're locked, so I feel like Hannah doesn't really have a voice in this group right now. But who would she even try to save? Like I know we're close. We know she's close with Ella, but is she really that close with Sasha or anybody else in the danger group?
There's also the bad thing that Ella missed that very important chat because that was kind of an important chat where they're kind of figuring.
Oh right, yeah, she wasn't there. Yeah, she's gonna need that information. That was a big loss. You got to show up. You can't miss chats. Each one is crucial.
Well, we'll talk about the void and their twist picking. What were you confused about, TT?
Oh, okay. What was the 4 choices again? Because
So the first one was they could have flipped it where the lowest scored people instead of the highest scored people were the power players. Number 2 was the 2 highest rated would be power players, and they would pick the 3rd power player, which is what they ended up choosing. The 3rd one was the power players would vote one person out, but that one person could take one of the power players to the void with them, which would have been super messy. And then I think the 3rd one was it was kind of just messing with the scoring, where you could only score 2 people that you wanted to score.
Okay. Now I understand why they picked B. I was confused with the first choice. That's what got me.
Yeah, I think they picked B because that gives them a say and kind of, I guess, it's safer for their plan.
Yeah.
I guess.
It's a good choice.
And so, man, Manu, oh my gosh, listen. Okay, Manu messed it up.
What messed?
What I mean, like Alex shouldn't even be a power player, to be honest, since he was going to go rogue. So
I mean, that's the funny thing. I think the thing is nobody's listening to Manu when he's trying to get his opinions out in the void, and he's never met Alex, so why would he want to?
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know he didn't meet him.
Yeah, I don't think he did. So then, yeah. So why not just pick Aaron? I guess was his ploy, and which was the smarter idea because Alex is suddenly, wanting to go rogue. So.
Yeah, not bad. Manu to the rescue. Definitely going on me. I ain't gonna say Team Manu yet.
It's Team Manu.
Is Manu the void hero right now, Dot?
No. No.
Low-key.
He missed like half that chat. Like, come on, man. He's not even showing up to have the conversations, man. MVP.
It's hilarious, ain't it?
Oh my goodness. Not in my opinion. I don't know. Deanie being was so different.
I don't game. You guys are on opposite sides again.
I just don't understand. I don't understand. I have to be honest. I am pretty split between the both sides of the fence, because I do really love what DeLeon's doing, and I'm always a fan for the underdogs. I'm hoping that the Void can actually make some noise in this game, but I'm kind of a diehard Sasha and Hannah fan. So I would hate to see that alliance, even with Sasha and Elizabeth, because they're getting along so well. I love to see it. I would hate to see them break up, but I think it's going to happen.
How are you feeling about the two sides, Didi?
I think one side needs to go.
Everybody, including Elizabeth?
I think we know what side. Everyone knows. What about Alexia?
Except for Elizabeth, everybody else can go.
Oh, okay.
In a little quadrant.
It's that 4 players: Alexia, Sasha, Alex, and Ella.
Well, not Alexia, Hannah.
Beyonce needs to go solo.
Oh, right.
Well, I guess. How do you think this power player is gonna play out with Aaron, DeLeon, and Hannah? And how is DeLeon's plan is kind of dangerous for Elizabeth. I mean, how is he really going to save Elizabeth in this whole?
He can just say, well, oh damn, Hannah, power player. How many people they can send to the void too?
Yeah.
Damn.
They can just go ahead and say Alex. That's just a dead giveaway. But they probably won't. I don't know. Well, they probably will. Come back to me. Hold up. I had a thing.
How do you think the power players are gonna?
Well, the DeLeon and Aaron, they have the majority. So I don't think Hannah's gonna have much of a voice. Even if she had the voice, she doesn't seem too strong and who she would put up for. Whereas DeLeon and Aaron, they know their group, they know who they're supporting, they know who they're not supporting. So DeLeon's gonna be able to convince everybody to keep Elizabeth. I don't think he's gonna have a problem with that. He's a master. That's no problem. But they're all pretty sure. I mean, Alex is also on their side, right? Like he's also a part of that group that they decided to ally with. So that leaves Alexia, Sasha, and Ella. Oh wait, and Alexia's a part of that group too, right? So that just leaves Sasha and Ella, right? If DeLeon and Aaron are gonna pretty much make this decision, then it seems like they would go for Sasha and Ella. Because the other three are really in their camp.
I'm gonna go with that. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, do you think there's anything Hannah can do to try and get something to go her way in this?
No. Because they don't like Hannah.
Nobody.
Like Aaron was told not to like Hannah either, and she's gonna go with it. And Dylan's he's not, even though it was just him, he wouldn't let it happen. He's not gonna let Hannah have a voice. He's doing a great job of being cordial with her in the conversation. I'm surprised he hasn't gone off on her yet.
Wait, did you see when he came in the chat? For like 5 seconds.
Yo, his face is, oh my goodness, man. Like you brought up whenever somebody brought up Elizabeth and he kind of forgot about her in the plan. He was like, oh shit, like what about Elizabeth?
He was leaving her name out purposely.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, his facial expressions are hilarious. But yeah, I think he's gonna get he's gonna have his way. And the best thing is Chris is gonna think that he's having his way, but DeLeon is really having his way.
Speaking of Chris's way, Kia was voted to the void in this episode. She'll be going to the void. Is she going to mess up what's going on in the void, the newcomer to the void with all these plans going on?
They just need to leave her out. Like, oh, Shelby spoke up. Yes, Shelby. She spoke up, and it was a good speaking up.
Right.
I wanted them to keep it to themselves, so good job for Shelby. And do you know what kind of moisturizer stuff she used for her face? Her face is so clear and smooth.
Why would I know?
I
have
her
terrible.
Instagram. Do you know her Instagram?
She's on our Instagram, the Island Isolation. Just go to.
Okay, I'm gonna look her up.
Hey, I need some tips. I feel you.
I do too. That's all I
Are you
have to
really gonna message her and ask her about?
That was so
Yeah.
Like, wow. I haven't
Ain't gonna lie, Aaron. Skin.
High
Yeah,
school.
she got nice skin. I feel you.
So I
She's
guess
got youth.
I guess anything that I miss in the notes before we go on to any last predictions.
Let's see.
Yeah, in the trustworthy conversation with Alexia, DeLeon, Aaron, and Alex, I know we've been talking about how great DeLeon's been doing, but that was just such a beast of a conversation. He really rallied the troops and convinced all of them to vote a certain way. And I know Alex is kind of, he's kind of straying a little bit, but just the way he had the conversation. Did you notice that he said, "Since I trust you, I'll tell you this"? He said that like 3 or 4 different times. Like he's
I'm
really
surprised nobody caught on to that. To be
yeah, it's like he overdid it, but he was really trying to like show them like, hey, y'all have me, I'm yours, we're a team. He was pushing that hard, and it was just like bravo, he did it so well, and it worked. Now Alex is I think he was already a little bit suspicious about DeLeon, but he gained a strong team there. I was really impressed by that conversation.
I will say Erin was, of course, already on that voting plan because she's already been giving those scores. So.
Yeah, right. She's like, yeah, just do more of the same. Of course, she's not admitting to anyone that she was doing that before. She's sticking with the good girl look because it's working for her now. So, great job, Erin. Smart choice.
Oh, do the other group, the group that Hannah was in, do they know the truth about the Manu situation?
Who, Sasha and
Sasha, Ella,
Elizabeth?
Hannah, and Elizabeth, yeah. Oh, because Hannah actually said what happened. She said Manu gave her a 1. But she was going around previously saying he gave everybody a 1. But right when she said it that time, she said, I asked him, what did he give me? He gave me a 1. They didn't catch that.
I guess they didn't really catch that.
Oh.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? I also try to remember that like these conversations are so long, and sometimes you just like misspeak, or I don't know, like you get caught up in the moment. Like, I don't know. I think that just happens sometimes.
It's definitely the opposite of Survival, where you got 7 minutes and you better talk some.
Right. Yeah. Like you gotta rush through the game plan for real. So it's a lot easier for them to be more themselves, to kind of show their personality. I want to say something else, we're seeing Dion and Elizabeth do a great job in this game so far, but I think we got to night 12 of the game, and game fatigue is definitely a factor. You know, like when, especially that the game is so much smaller, you're talking to the same people, you're going to dislike some of the people that you're talking to now. It's not all just like, oh, I like everybody, all that stuff. You know, it's going to be harder to keep your cool. You know, people sticking with their game plan and keeping their composure is going to be a big part in who's going to be able to advance in this game. And Delia and Elizabeth are a week less than them, so they still have a lot more energy and a lot more pep, and you can see them making a lot of great moves so far. But as they start to deal with game fatigue later in the game, I'm interested to see, you know, who slips up.
That is a good point, because that game fatigue can be real.
I don't think they're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
slip up.
Just those two, Deleon and Elizabeth?
I don't think they're gonna slip up. I think they're gonna keep acting like they don't know each other and just probably have a chat, hopefully have a chat, and don't get spied on. They're just gonna go with the original plan. If not, it would be an embarrassment to season 1.
That's a lot of pressure.
If they don't win the Islanders, somebody got to win one of them.
I don't think they'll slip up, but I do know it's possible.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know. And who knows? I mean, Elizabeth and Deleon may have that conversation and then get spied on, and then, you know, they're outed.
Unless the person uses blackmail. So, I can tell y'all know each other if y'all don't put me in y'all group.
Yeah. Throw me all fives for the rest of the game. I'm telling everyone. Shoot. It's not a bad strategy.
Is anyone else coming in from the void?
Yeah, soon they're going to be voting soon. Chris and
Interesting.
Shelby kind of talked about it. Well, Chris talked about it, that he doesn't know he wants Shelby to go before him because he feels like if he goes in, he's going to be a target.
You know what? Every time I start to feel like Chris is losing me in the game, he says a smart comment like that, and it just kind of reminds me, like, yeah, this dude does know what he's doing. I thought he was getting like super excited and like, you know, have with that conversation with Delia and Alexia and was giving all that information. And I thought he was just ready to go like gung ho back into the game and try to like run the tables. And I was like, that's not going to work because people still don't really trust you. But he's smart enough to know that. He's like, I'm going to send Shelby up there and she's going to do my bidding for me. And maybe we can work something out like that. So I like that he's always thinking like a couple of steps ahead of the game.
He's trying. He just has Delia on his blind spot right now that I think he needs to figure out.
And Alex.
True. Alex is
Right.
also going rogue.
Corny.
Any final thoughts or predictions?
I still think Delia and Elizabeth are going to make it to the top 4 with Aaron.
What about the top 3?
Aaron, Delia, and Elizabeth. I don't know who won first.
I would have to agree as of right now. I think Aaron, Delia, and Elizabeth are probably my favorites to getting the furthest. I'm curious to see if Sasha and Ella can avoid being sent to the void in this round, and if Kia is going to shake things up, like we were mentioning before, because the void's not going to be able to speak as freely as they really want to, and she's probably going to be disagreeing with a lot of the stuff that Chris is saying. So
I don't think she's assertive.
Kia?
I don't think she is.
I know what you mean. She's not super assertive,
She's like chill.
but she's also like very loud.
Just because
You know.
you're loud doesn't mean you're assertive.
Right?
I mean, how is the void supposed to avoid talking to her and not tell her things? Because now she's going to be there every chat.
They can just act like it's a casual thing. They already know the plan that's going on. The only difference is if somebody else comes into the void, well, somebody else will go into the void, but they already know the plan, so there's no need to talk about it. Well, JJ forgets a lot, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm curious about if Kia will even have the gumption to mess with their plan. Like if they want to do something and she finds out about it, you know, go off and tell somebody else in the game somehow what's really going on. I don't know if she cares enough to go against them to do that.
Yeah, I don't think. I
Maybe
think
not
she'll
if she's
be
on the weed. I don't know about
Hard to make good decisions. Oh, Dick. Oh, goodness.
Any other final thoughts or predictions?
Dean, who do you think's getting eliminated?
Ella and Sasha.
Word. Yeah, I don't know how it's not gonna be them.
If it's not, I'm gonna be super shocked.
Like, yeah, I don't know. You're right. I mean, the game is one-sided right now. It's pretty black and white.
Elizabeth may get worried. I don't know if she's gonna trade on Deleon because if they do eliminate Sasha and Ella, Elizabeth's probably gonna think Deleon traded on her, and she might try to trade him.
I don't know, man. I don't know. They need to have a chat. Yeah, even if it's with other people in the conversation, he needs to confirm to her that, like, yo, I got you. Don't be worried. Like, we got a plan, and you're in it. If she doesn't know that, she's gonna freak out and do something crazy.
I mean, it's true. How is she not going to be worried if she stays and then all her allies are gone?
Yeah, like what? I mean, what else do you do? I don't know. They need to talk now, right now,
Oh goodness.
right now.
All right. Well, that is all I have for this week. I want to thank you guys for joining me as always.
See ya. Team Aaron.
What? No. Elizabeth.
And Sasha. You can escape. I believe in you.
Okay.
I love the faces Dee makes every time Dot has a
Yeah, for real.
again about somebody she doesn't like.
I can't control my facial expressions.